All right, let's jump in, shall we? Green Tron. So this is actually going to be our first time playing Green Tron with Once Upon a Time. I think we've played it once since this card was released, but it was a build that didn't have this in it. I'm going to put some nice basic forests in here before we start, but, you know, just going to do Tron things. This is the Tron list that is up on my website. It notably does not play Karn the Great Creator, because I prefer just having more biggity bombs in my deck. One small change I made with the addition of Once Upon a Time is this deck has slightly more creature threats in it in Walking Ballista, because we want more creatures to find with Once Upon a Time. So let's dive on into a Modern League here and see if we're the bad guy or the good guy. Atomic Brigader, thank you for the third of a year. Welcome back. Hope you're having a good one. 5-color Niven Pioneer sounds excellent, Owl Knight. I don't know, there's a lot of baddies in Modern lately. Nifty and Sprata, welcome back, folks. Hey, Deathsea with the sick host. Hope you had an excellent stream. The old overnight stream. We're hanging out, playing some Magic Online. About to dive into some Modern, and then we'll be playing with we rolling into some Pioneer after this one. Hey, Green Sky, nearly 2 years, been loving the Pioneer content. I'd be lost in the format without it. Well, thanks for being here. This hand's a pretty easy mulligan. Not only does it have like double Ulamog in the opener, but we only have one of our 3 Urzas or Tron lands here, and we have no ways to find more, so. I'm gonna YOLO this one. We have like Blast Zone and Walking Ballista as things that can cast early. I'm gonna bottom the World Breaker here. We don't know what we're playing against, so it could be better to keep World Breaker versus Oblivion Stone depending on what they're doing, like if they're like a Valakut or a Tron strategy, but I think it's right to keep Oblivion Stone in the dark. And perfect. See, so any green source allowed us to assemble turn 3 Trons. This Chromatic Star here cycles for a green mana, which will let us go Power Plant Sylvan Scrying on 2, which will then assemble our 3rd Tron piece. Thanks for the 13 months, V-Ball. Thanks, Deathsea. Stream Deckers on Bant Walls. Thanks for the heads up. Tron. Alright, Stream Decker should be current. A lot of talk about Oko being banned in Standard. Here's my medium hot take. If they, I don't even know if it's a hot take. If they only ban Oko in Standard, Standard will not get fundamentally better. It will still be a mono green crap show. They need to gut green in Standard to change the format. I think they need to ban like at a minimum 3 cards, maybe more. The amount at which green is skewed better than everything else in the format right now is absurd. I think they could ban around Oko and keep Oko legal. I think that is not an unreasonable decision. I think Oko's an easy scapegoat for the format. It's easy for people to point at and make memes about, but I think the issues with the format as a whole run really deep. Was that a good draw? How do we feel about that one, chat? Was that one good? I guess they could have an Assassin's Trophy here potentially. Once Upon a Time is a offensive Magic the Gathering card that should not have been printed. I also woke up this morning to a bunch of old guard tweeting about how the London Mulligan isn't something that should exist, and like, man, do people hate change. It's honestly impressive how much people hate change. Human beings are just terrified. Yeah. I mean, imagine looking at the current format and concluding that the London Mulligan is the issue and not the absurd amount of pushed green cards like Once Upon a Time. Wow, does that kill Karn? I think that kills Karn, right? Gross. Fisherman's Enemy TV, thanks for the 5 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. All right, well. Navier. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's dumb. All right. Now are we good? All right. Thanks for the 21 months, Navier. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. The London Mulligan helps the average player more than the pro, right? It helps. I don't even know if that's true, actually. In fact, I think there's probably an argument that a knock against the London Mulligan is that it's not good for the average player. So the London Mulligan adds more decision points to the average game of Magic, and more decision points makes the game worse for... More decision points makes the game worse for worse players, because they have fewer chances to leverage their or more choices gives better players more chances to leverage their play skill. Hey, thanks for the 8 months, Macabre. Welcome back. We are currently dying to Jund. I mean, we're at 17, right? Like, I don't know. Currently dying might be an overstatement. Not having a green source here is a big deal. I mean, Magic's a game with an incredible amount of variance in it. I mean, kinda. Like, we're still dead on board, even if we blast out next turn. We're going to 2. We're dead to Lightning Bolts at the moment. We're dead to Kolaghan's Command next turn. Seeing people call the London Mulligan a problem weird. Like, it's the best mulligan we've ever had. It's just Wizard printed once upon a time to make it seem like the London Mulligan. Yeah, I don't know. Like, again, just go. Thanks for the 15 months. Welcome back. I think, from a fundamental perspective, things like the London Mulligan are an ideal way to approach removing variance from Magic. And things like Once Upon a Time are an awful way to go about removing variance from Magic. Cards like this that are auto-include cards that have to go in every green deck, that make deck building more restrictive and less interesting, and only give specific colors less variance, I think are incredibly bad, and bad for the game. Things like the London Mulligan that give everything reduced variance on a level playing field, I think are excellent. I think those are the types of things we should want in the game. If I could ban 5 cards, 5 cards is a lot. Nissa, Ceaseless, once, a Boreal Grazer, Goose. I don't think you need to ban 5. I think it's probably like 3 green cards. I think there are a few different combinations of 3 green cards you could ban in Standard to make the format very reasonable. Ewok Slayer, thanks for the 16 months. And one of the things that I've really learned about the Magic community is Once Upon a Time is a card that shows you how fundamentally bad many people are at evaluating Magic cards, because there are still flipping people who are not registering 4 copies of Once Upon a Time in their decks. Like, there were only 29 copies of Once Upon a Time in the Pro Tour top 8. There were 8 green decks. There should have been 32 copies of Once Upon a Time in the Pro Tour top 8, but there were 2 players who undervalued the consistency that card provides for their strategy. There are a lot of people who play Magic incredibly well that underappreciate and don't understand, from a theoretical perspective, what Once Upon a Time is doing for their deck. Honestly, I think Oko's a really sweet card, and I would prefer if they didn't ban Oko in Standard. I know that's probably not going to be a very popular opinion, but it's how I feel. Yeah, these Tron land arts are excellent. BT dubs. Alright, second Ulamog should lock it up. Welcome to Modern. We're going to have to try and win a game on the draw here in a minute, but it'll be okay. Nissa in conjunction with Hydrate Crisis is a problem in my opinion. Hey, Polly, thanks for the big tip. I appreciate it. This is for Narset, draw lock. Feel free to play either the revised blue-white or the Esper version. You're approved in the special form, whichever you think looks better. Will do. I think the Esper list looks sweet, so we'll probably try that. I appreciate the absurd support. Get that added after I'm done today. Welcome to Thunderdome. Enjoy your stay. I just play the decks people pay me to play, Aimbot. Honestly, we're probably not going to be playing much Modern at all soon because nobody's submitting Modern decks to be played. There are 2 Modern decks remaining in my queue after this today. Believe it or not, nobody wants to submit this format since Pioneer exists now. Yeah, Pioneer's a much better format than this on average, I think. Like, never having to get Troned, only dealing with 4 1-mana discard spells, no Blood Moon, no Ensnaring Bridge, no Chalice of the Void. Sure, Scrafton. I don't look at decks while I'm streaming, though. You can also just pop on into the subs Discord and post things there and tag me in them. Especially when I'm not live, I always try and respond to things that people tag me in the subs Discord. I think I'm happy with how I boarded. Is the price gonna... Tier 3 submissions do get you submissions, Hider. I don't think I'm gonna lower the price for Modern from 50, but I am gonna allow Tier 3s to put in Modern decks. I'm also rejecting things in Modern more aggressively because playing bad decks in this format is not fun. But I think I've had 1 Modern submission, and it was a deck full of Remands and Isochron Scepters. I think in the last, I could look, I keep a log, but I believe in the last 3 weeks, I've had 1 Modern submission. It was for a deck that was not competitive. Everyone pray for me. I'm chaperoning a kindergarten field trip to the zoo. I'm going to keep this. I think in game 3, my opponent's going to be able to disrupt my stuff a lot anyway, so I think I'd like to keep this one. Maybe I should just gas Once Upon a Time in response there. Mr. Pierre, thanks for the 7 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yeah, almost certainly, Marvel, or Chapper. If you have a specific list, be sure to submit it using the form on my website. $90-player Pioneer event. That's sweet. How big are their events usually? Anatrox, is 90 large for them? I would love an expedition map. Thank you. It's possible I should have held up Veil of Summer here. I don't know. If I hold up Veil, they might do something else with their turn. It's hard to say. I will not play Lantern Control for your Shillionaire. No. The Modern and Sealed events usually get to 200. Okay, so 90 is pretty small then. Man, Some of Saffron Olive's takes are just real bad. I'm gonna close Twitter rather than trying to respond to him while I'm closing. But man, he is very much old man yells at cloud when it comes to a lot of things in Magic. It's amazing how similar your words are about Modern or to Legacy. Now the Pioneer's the best format. No Modern submissions can be on par with no Legacy submissions. People also don't send in Legacy stuff. That's true. Yeah, I also think we're gonna see some slower, widespread adoption of Pioneer in paper, in large part due to the ban list being aggressive to start. Imagine buying paper cards with the weekly ban list, right? Are mid-range decks any good in Pioneer? We don't know what's good in Pioneer. There's very, very little information accessible. We've had basically no major tournaments. Yeah, Veil of Summer notably stopped Fulminator Mage from killing a land, which is great. That's true. You can work around the weekly bans by playing only bad decks. Rude. Pioneer's great, buy its stuff with caution. Yep. Okay. Slow and steady. Yeah, their clock's not great at the moment. I know this doesn't stop me from discarding a card, but I wanted to cycle it anyways. Just want to get deeper into my deck. It's not really accomplishing anything at the moment. We're looking for an Oblivion Stone here. Blast Stone's not bad, right? Bidding my Ghost Quarter. Feels bad, man. I think I've been Karn Liberated here and just hope to have Tron and Ugin to clean this board up. I guess Karn deals with Raging Ravine. Alright, so this kills Alpine Moon. That'll Fulminator Mage one of my lands. Punished. Probably dead. We're taking 7 this turn, and then we're dead to the Raging Ravine after. So I need to draw like Ulamog. I can cast Ulamog if we draw it. I guess they still have Liliana in the Veil here too, though. If they cast a spell here instead of attacking with Raging Ravine, and like they plus up Liliana, we get to Ugin them next turn, which is great. And just like play a creature threat out, or like a red and 6 or something silly. Like, please play a Goyf, or something I can easily exile with Ugin. I have 2 to pay for map at the end of their turn. And we're dead. I can still draw O-Stone. I can still draw O-Stone or I can still draw O-Stone or Ulamog. That's what he says. I mean, I guess. Seems like solidly not dead yet territory. Sure. So whichever pile we choose is the one we're discarding. I'm saying that out loud so we can try not to mess it up. Thanks for the 28 months, Ginger Cakes. Welcome back. It did not quite... Okay, now it's snowing. It was not snowing when I took Declan to school before I streamed, before I went live, but... Choose a pile to sacrifice. I'm about to get Maelstrom Pulsed, aren't I? Is that what this is? We're about to get Maelstrom Pulsed? Go teach the algebra, Sipti. So this card makes 2 worm tokens that have the same name, even though they have different keywords. So if they have Maelstrom Pulse here, they will kill both worms. We are still down with the sickness. When your -6 is the same as -2, right? I mean, they made me choose, I guess. Hopefully this long pause is them realizing their horrible mistake. I can't believe they should have put a Tron land with this, right? Like, they should have put Tower in with it. Is what should have happened. Oh.
Down here, salt is a way of life.
Obviously, the environment down here is all salt. The ceiling's salt, the floor is salt, the walls are salt, and to an extent, the air is salt. And you breathe that in, and you can constantly taste the salt.
Oh, look, we're back. All right. Yeah, Cody's great. Some more news is excellent. If you don't watch some more news, you should. He's very funny. He's good at what he does. Yeah, but I was trying to figure out if they wanted to keep playing Magic or not, right? They're like, I've made a horrible mistake. Don't mind me. Happy Monday. Spot on evaluation of the bad standard meta. Here's to reading cards. Thanks for the bits, Rhino. Let me know if there's anything you'd like to bump up with that. Oh, yeah, you discard that card, Liliana. Tron. Man, I almost thought we were going to lose the Jund for a second here. If my opponent had used their last Liliana properly, we'd have lost this game. Cries and Thoughtseize. Yeah. When your matchup against our deck is bad, like you can't give me an inch because I'll take a mile. Karn joined the Illuminati because that's a fate counter on it. You can put big counters on lands, can't you? That's funny. Thragtusk, baby Thragtusk, baby Thragtusk, baby Thragtusk. Thragtusk, baby. Thragtusk, baby. My poor Beastly. My poor Beastly. He was just an innocent Beastly. Liliana took his life. Is Watsy a part of the Illuminati? Probably not. I feel like people who are a part of the Illuminati probably get paid more than that. I think I'm supposed to blow up an O-Stone here. Alright, yep. Good chat. Good chat, Jund player. Good chat. They had that match, but they let it slip through their fingers. The dark side of Modern. Hot take. There isn't currently a light side of Modern. It's all darkness, friends. It's all downhill from here. Two of the top 3 channels in the Magic category at this very moment are currently streaming on Magic's premier play client, Magic the Gathering Online. It was really well done, like Amash. Alright, turn 1 Cinderglade. I'm just gonna try for the Natty Tron here. Because, like, turn 3 Karn's pretty important in this matchup. If I play a Forest on 1, I can't play turn 3 Karn Liberated. Like many matches of Magic the Gathering in Modern, this one does not have a lot of play to it. It's mostly just like hoping our Tron lands line up. I don't know. I'd argue Tron's the good guy here. For maybe we're just all bad. Maybe we're just all bad. Alright, I don't think there's good guys left in Modern. I really don't. I think they're all villains. Timothy, checking in for the 11th month. Thanks for keeping me around. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. Field of the Dead. Yep. Yep. Tower of Power. Alright. That's another O Stone. I think I'm just going to Karn and plus here. They didn't have Titan or Escape Shift, so I think I just head up for now. And like next turn Walking Ballista, I can start keeping these 2/2s in check. And then maybe we can start stone raining them from there. Really need to draw a, we have a Sweltering Center Cycling. Yep. Really need to draw like an Ulamog to be in this game. Could I put my bid to bump the idea of you playing in the Pioneer Tournament on Friday? There is another PTQ Friday, isn't there? They exiled another Valakut. Alright, so they found that, yep. Hey, Apathy, thanks for the 5 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Our 3-mana walker went to 10 on his first plus. Eat it, Oko. Ain't that the truth? Yeah, the deck queue's just so full. It's a tough sell. Alright, so we're going to be Karning the last card out of their hand here, hopefully. And then we will Oblivion Stone the board. Or they just have that. Yep. So Karn's dead. We're taking 3. They have Field of the Dead active. We actually kind of still have a game here, right? If they only draw lands, we're in an okay spot. Hey, Trax, thanks for the host. Hope you had a great stream today. Ulamog? We're looking for Ulamogs, right? Wurmcoil's not bad. Wurmcoil's a card that can help stabilize the board. Valakut never doesn't have... I mean, they didn't have Escape Shift here. Like, them not having Escape Shift's a big deal for us. Like, we could be actually dead instead of mostly dead. Wurmcoil dies to a mountain. Yeah, I guess that's true. I don't know. I have another Stirrings here too, right? So, like... Ulamog? I have 2 of them. H Moonlight, thank you for the 8 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I didn't O-Stone at instant speed because it didn't matter. Because I was going to need to blow the Oblivion Stone up before they attacked anyways, so I might as well have just blown it up as soon as I could. Because I have to blow it up before the Titan attacks, so I don't want the Titan to find them more lands. So they can fetch a mountain to kill the Wurmcoil Engine, but then that's 6 damage that's not going to my face, and then I have 2 3/3s left behind to block zombies, so I think it's worthwhile dropping the Wurmcoil Engine into play here, even with the Misty Rainforest staring me down. This basically absorbs 2 mountain plays, which is great. We're just looking at buy time until we can find an Ulamog. So we've played 2 Ancient Stirrings and a Once Upon a Time. So there's 12 cards at the bottom of my deck that... there's currently 12 cards at the bottom of my deck that aren't Ulamog. And then, so I've got 30 with 2 Ulamogs, and we're going to get 6 looks at another Ulamog next turn. So we're 36.5% to find an Ulamog next turn in 6 looks. And then they drew Escape Shift, and we died. Yeah, the EDF deck is everything that Pioneer's about. Playing really sweet decks. The EDF deck reminds me of a time when Modern was sweet. We could do sweet things. Now we just die. The sweet release of death. Magic sucks and then you die. Yep. We would have gotten a redraw with the Sphere. No, we wouldn't have, actually. Wow, we would have missed an Ulamog again next turn. Brutal. Warping Wail counters Escape Shift. So that's nice. Walking Ballista isn't very good here. Easy in, easy out. I guess I want Ghost Quarter rather than Blast Zone. Sign me up. This is match 2 of this league. Yep. Sand has a decent potential for a turn 3 card. We'll go turn 1, Tron Land Star, turn 2, Cycle the Star, play Ancient Stirrings. So we have 2 draw steps, a Chromatic Star, and an Ancient Stirrings to find. So we have 8. 2 draw steps. Yes, we have 8 looks total at our missing Tron piece. Which, since I have my Hyper Geo up, what are my odds of hitting that? So we are 49% to find Tron on 3 with this hand. Ed Main, thanks for the 32 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. And that percentage is not counting redraws like this. So like this gives us an extra look as well. So Tower, Power Plant, Mine. We are the 50%. A Dim Lardis, thanks for the 13 months. We should never look at the odds. I enjoy the odds, okay? I think I'm going to start by going up here. You don't play Modern to play interactive games, okay? This is a good example of why I went up. Like, my opponent's deck's a critical mass deck at its core. So, I think there's a good chance we were getting lands whether we went up or down. I didn't want to, like, play my Karn down tick and then get my Karn bolted. That's what I was looking to avoid there. Opponent's seen enough. Yay! Modern! Yay! I guess Ugin's pretty bad here. Now, I guess Ugin cleans up zombies. Yeah, I'm gonna leave Ugin. I enjoy the odds, but I mainly use them to know how unlucky I am. Fair take. There will be plenty of Pioneer this week. We're doing a minimum of 2 Pioneer decks a day. I think we're doing 3 on 2 of the days. Maybe 4 on one of them. What does my calendar look like? Yeah, we're doing 3 on 2 of the days. We're planning to do 12 Pioneer decks this week. Yep, sign me up. Remember that time I cast my Once Upon a Time too soon? Pepperidge Farm will remember. That's a good pickup. Everything worked out better than expected. So we'll have turn 3 Tron here. There's a good chance that's not good enough, though. I don't currently have a very good payoff for it. They have a Search for Tomorrow coming off suspend next turn. This is going to go find them another land here. If you're going to be the villain, at least you have the best arts. I know. I do like the Moto exclusive Tron arts. I agree with that. Yeah, honestly, we're probably holding up Wail. Hopefully they have Scape Shift and not Primeval Titan. Yeah, the more, that's exactly correct. The more linear format is, the more the play draw really matters. Big agree with that. So, I'm playing this out. I think I'm just playing Chromatic Star and passing. I don't think I want to Ancient Stirrings because I don't currently have another green source, and I want to use the Chromatic Star green to play Worldbreaker next turn. Although it could be right to argue to like play the Ancient Stirrings so that way I could try and hit Karn for next turn, so a little bit better than Worldbreaker. They probably just have Titan here and it doesn't matter anyways. Yeah, we're basically just dead now. You have the Pioneer and Mythgard content. Thank you for the tier 2 Isabus. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. So now we have to hope to draw a Oblivion Stone or an Ugin. Even then, probably still dead. Okay. I'm still gonna Ancient Stirrings. I'd rather O-Stone than Ugin here, I think. Okay. Hitting Emrakul here would be better than Ugin. Well, I couldn't cast Emrakul, so I'm going to say no. There are currently 3 types of cards in my bin. Emrakul costs 13 minus card types. You could maybe make the argument that Emrakul is fine here. I don't think that really matters. I don't know. I think most games that we're winning with Emrakul, we're probably winning regardless. They did 6 to us, so I assume we're dead here. Well. Oh, so dead to any mountain. Oh. Thanks for the 41 months, Tom. I appreciate that. Welcome back. You know, the last build of Tron we played had Leyline of Sanctity in the sideboard, and that would really help in this matchup. Maybe that's just a thing we should be doing in this archetype. I could see that. I've got 2 Weather the Storms in the sideboard right now, but like they're pretty narrow. Like Leyline's a more flexible card. Yeah, maybe I'll swap that. I was impressed with the Leylines when we played them last time in the Karn the Great Creator build. Wasn't impressed with Karn the Great Creator, but Leyline of Sanctity was very good. Let us beat Burn, which is something. Hand's great by its stuff. We have a free Once Upon a Time to start on here. Deeply offensive green cards, the Gathering. I guess we'll take Forest. If I must. Oh goody, the Tron Mirror. Those are some unfortunate hits there. So you want to Ancient Stirrings before you use Expedition Map in Tron, because Expedition Map will get you whatever Tron piece you're missing, whereas Ancient Stirrings only gets to look at 5 cards. So ideally, you want to pick up your second piece of Tron with Ancient Stirrings, and then you want to pick up your final piece of Tron with Expedition Map. Oh, they're playing bad Tron. Deal. That's exciting. Our Tron deck seems to be broken. Please advise. I would also argue that thinking Oko is the current problem with Standard shows a misunderstanding of what's actually going on in Standard. Wild Slashes are $5? That can't be real. Holy crap, they're $5. That's disgusting. Well, I found like a dozen Wild Slashes in my garage. So, I guess I'll sell those. I kept a bunch of crap that was bulk. That like just wasn't worth selling. Which definitely included Wild Slashes previously. Wow, playing this Thought-Knot Seer out when I get to blow up their map now seems real loose. Fight finance by flooding the market with free cards. Yep. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and blow this up now, so that way they lose their map. The problem with Standard at the moment is that green has too many pushed cards, and the culmination of their pushed cards is centered around the card Once Upon a Time, which gives green way more consistency than any of the other colors in the format have. When you give a single color an incredibly consistent variance-reducing tool, and none of the other colors get a tool like that, it is not good. It pushes the whole format out of whack. Wild Slash has gotten expensive because it probably got bought out. It's also just like the best tool of that style. So Wild Slash is the best 1-mana removal in Pioneer. And Pioneer is incredibly popular. Yeah, it's Pioneer's Lightning Bolt. It is accurate. This is an accurate take. Tower, mine. I would like a power plant. Hey, Jay Garlic. Thanks for keeping me around. I appreciate that. Welcome back. It's Teacher Ugin who's boss. My Ugin is very effable. What about Once Upon a Time for different colors? I've seen other takes that I also think are bad, saying that, well, we should just print Once Upon a Time for every color. And cards like Once Upon a Time are fundamentally bad game design, in my opinion. Cards that require players to put them in their deck, or their deck is then inoptimal, are not ideal. Man, this format blows. I'm not playing this matchup. Let's play another one. Let's get to Pioneer quickly. I played 3 matches with Tron. I'm gonna be done. This format blows. Let's play some Pioneer. Modern sucks. I'm gonna give someone a free win and switch to Pioneer. I promise to play decks for a minimum of 2 matches. We played like 2.5 matches. I'm done. There's a reason why nobody's been submitting Modern decks. Modern's been bad as a format for a long time, and we now finally have a great alternative. I don't know. It's a Tron deck. You do you. Maybe want Leyline of Sanctity. This format blows. Do whatever you want. Scene. All right. I'm gonna roll a quick ad break before we dive on into Pioneer. We're gonna be starting Pioneer with some Bant Spellcaller today, so be back in a moment.